the power base in the South, and again, this is not, nobody say I like it like that, but it's the reality. The power base in the South is now Southwest and South-South. And the South-South may not be, you may not have a big majority group like Hausa or Yoruba people in the South-South, but what they have done is to play the ethnic politics the way people who understand politics play the game. So you see Wike in PDP, but you see him putting his hand in the pies that are outside PDP, and then you see people like the governor of Delta State Okowa moving to APC. They are very tactical, right? They are playing that game. Maybe not that they had the meeting to play to, but at least you can't see them and say this is a PDP region. You won't see something like that. You're able to see some kind of variety as far as politics is concerned in Nigeria today, especially federal politics. The Southeast doesn't. It's a sad reality. Does that mean that it should always be like this? No. It means that if they see it as a problem, then they can fix it. If you have a region that votes as a bloc, that's a minus to any political party who doesn't have any base in that bloc. And that will also affect their political relevance if that person they are supporting loses. You don't get it, do you? You vote together for a person, he now loses. You will spend the rest of the term being angry with that person, but you should not be angry with the person who won. You should be angry with your strategy. And that game, it's not like it's a bad game if you win. If your candidate wins, your block votes make sense. The problem is that how can you tell if they will win or not? Let me give an example. And I mentioned this a few days ago. CPC had 12 million votes in the north for Buhari. 2003, 2007, 2011, consistently. But it was not northern votes. It wasn't just the entire north was voting CPC. Right? CPC was voting. I mean, the CPC supported Buhari, but wasn't the north that said this is northern votes. So what happens is that even when Buhari was losing, the north was still getting what the north should get as far as political relevance was concerned under the second term, of course the first and then the second term of Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, and of course Goodluck Jonathan. It was, think about it, and this is where people should think. If you had 12 million votes from the north for Buhari in 2011, and yet Goodluck Jonathan built Almajiri schools in 2012 in the north, and I'm not saying the project was good or bad. It's not even the point. The point is the fact that he considered them relevant enough to do what he had to do to get them to work with him in 2015. Despite the fact that CPC votes, majority of the 12 million votes came from that same north. Why would he do that? Because he knew what he got from that same north for PDP. Which means that the north was not just backing Buhari. The north, and someone said, my brother, vote doesn't count. If the vote doesn't count, how come Buhari was losing every year? Every 4 years, by the way. He lost 12 years, three cycles. Baba was losing 2003, 2007, 2011. He lost every cycle 12 years, and he won in 2015. If the votes did not count, and by the way, the vote will count when you win. It's only when you lose that votes don't count. Please, let's be thinking about this thing before we say it in public. So you have a situation where you cannot say the north voted Buhari as a bloc. Even in this last election in the southwest, Tinubu won 4 states. Peter Obi had 1, which is actually one that he should not have had, considering the fact that that's actually the home base for Tinubu himself. But guess what? Cool, right? Fair enough. He won. However, he won. That's the funny thing. When Peter Obi won, where he lost, the votes did not count. You guys are just deceiving yourself. Then Oga Atiku won Osun. So even in that scenario, you still saw the vote shed, right? So it's important for us to be very careful with this rhetoric. Oh, votes don't count in Nigeria, but your candidate won Lagos. How did you know he won Lagos? by believing what is what's the other pastor that was shouting in Enugu? I don't even know his name. Now that was telling everybody, if you don't vote for Peter Obi, you are this. You're just insulting people. We must vote for him. How did we know he won Lagos? Who counted those votes? Did he appear from Enugu? It was because they counted it now. You guys are so losers. And that's why Peter Obi is all over the world gallivanting the place and telling them that Nigeria is bad. Meanwhile, he's the author and finisher of poverty index as far as his own region is concerned, taking it from 25%. Let me see, 25% under Ngige. So how do you go from 25% to 53.8%, and then you go on an international platform to tell the world that Nigeria's poverty is worse than Indonesia and Vietnam combined? You guys are so losers. You are very, very unpatriotic. You don't like Nigeria. You just want to win, and that's why you cannot win, sadly. So, to be honest, I think what's happening right now is that people are positioning themselves, and I'm not going to be surprised if in 2031 the vice president comes from the South.